everyone, welcome to Show of the Weekend. I am Ellen.
And I'm Luke.
And welcome to episode 1. Now, we've had a real thrill ride launching outside Xtra. We've played a lot of games, fought a lot of bad guys, and got locked in an abandoned shopping centre where we had to crush zombies.
Well, we would have crushed them if Ellen hadn't been so busy vlogging the whole thing.
It's a real gun, because we've got to fight zombies, isn't it, Luke?
Yes, I don't know how this is helping, frankly.
In the short time this channel has been alive, we've published 3 spectacular list features plus gameplay of Dragon Quest Builders, Killing Floor and Dishonored 2, which we were really impressed by, I think it's fair to say. Yeah. Although, Ellen, you were more impressed by the table runners that Bethesda had at its London HQ.
It's so fancy.
Yeah.
It's very clever how they've woven it. You seem a bit chippy, Luke. Is it because Pippa from Dragon Quest Builders just isn't that into you?
I am shipping Pippa and Tuna pretty hard.
Yeah. Look, they're kissing.
They're kissing. It's love.
She is into me. It's meant to be!
Anyway, on with the show. Now, Luke, you promised us a cool sting, yeah?
Yes, and I have made one, but bear in mind that there wasn't much money, and time was a factor. I don't want to talk it down. Roll clip.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
So, it's good, good.
Let's kick off by seeing what we've been up to this week. So, Luke, what have you been playing this week, and is it any good?
Dragon Quest Builders. Now, we played quite a bit of this for a Let's Play, which we published, and that was about the first hour and a half of the game.
Yeah.
And in that time, you know, we did a few quests, we sort of built a rudimentary little town, and it was
an amazing town.
It was going quite nice. Since then, I've been playing it a lot more, and things really start to accelerate. It's really cool. You very, very quickly get this big hammer that you can use to sort of smash apart trees and get rocks. And you remember when we were playing and we were building bedrooms for our townsfolk, but they didn't have like floors or windows, or even like a door or a roof or any of that. So we were like, are you sure you want to sleep here, Pippa? But all that starts to change very, very quickly once you get more into the game. So yeah, there's a really, really great evolution to it. The building mechanics are introduced really, really slowly. There's some stuff in it that I love that you don't really get in Minecraft, like all the recipes being there sort of right at your fingertips, and the fact that you don't have to have everything on you in your inventory to craft it. The game just has like a big library of all the stuff you own, and you can sort of draw from that whenever you want. And there's, so far, you know, I've been playing it maybe for another few hours. There hasn't been too much story introduced, but I feel like there's something sort of starting to emerge. I went to this big creepy castle. I had to kill all these skeletons. You know, it was great. And once you start, sort of, the character customization comes in a bit more, because you can build new weapons and shields and a cool tunic, right?
Tuna.
Yeah, for Tuna, for little Tuna.
I can't believe I let you call it Tuna.
What's wrong with the name Tuna? There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, and I'm getting more warmed to the characters. I mean, you and I built a very strong rapport with Tuna, even though he never says anything, and he has those big eyes, and he has those purple spiky hair, and he's got such a cute face. Real sort of like Dragon Ball-esque kind of artwork and stuff, and that continues in everything. And there's sort of like funny little humorous moments as well. Like, the game is slightly self-aware, and so yeah, I've just been really enjoying it, and I would totally recommend anyone give it a go. Like, it looks like a kid's game, but I mean, unless I have the mental age of a child, which I don't think is the case, you know, it works for everyone. So anyway, Ellen, what have you been playing?
I've jumped back into Overwatch, because there's been like the Halloween update. So I've been just working away at it. I'm not very good at Overwatch. I'm kind of okay.
You don't have to admit that. We can just edit it, so we only show the good bits.
I am the best. But yeah, I've been trying to, because basically the loot boxes are like cool jack-o'-lantern kind of candy boxes. So I really want to try and get as many of those as possible before, you know, the Halloween season is over. Seeing this as well makes me very excited for Christmas. Like, seriously, I really, really want them to be like little presents. That would be really cute.
Like a snowman and its head pops.
Well, I was thinking more like a traditional present box that opens.
Or a Santa and his head pops.
But also, I've got back into playing Mercy, because I'm hoping that if I play Mercy more, that I'll be more likely to get the really cool Mercy Halloween skin, where she's like a witch, and she's like, because one of the loading screens is like kind of her like on the broom, and it's just like, it's really cool, it's really cool. So I'm just kind of getting back into that.
You know, Blizzard are really good at that, aren't they? Sort of sucking you back in for the seasonal stuff.
Yes.
I remember that was huge with World of Warcraft. It was always worth showing up at Halloween or Christmas or whatever they called it, the Festival of Winter Winds or something like that. Yeah. The Festival of Wintervale. Thank you, Jane.
Thanks, WoW nerd.
Resident WoW expert.
What? Who said that?
Good!
But yeah, it looks really fun. I've got to get into it.
It's really good. Getting back into doing more Tracer impressions.
That is the same voice you use for Pippa.
Yeah. Gina, can you build me a room like the one I've drawn? Please, please.
Do you only have one voice?
Yeah.
So Overwatch sounds fun, but Ellen, it's time to ask you the big questions about the big release of this week. It's not Skyrim HD, it's Titanfall 2.
BT-7274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was killed in action.
Correct. My original pilot was KIA. I am now linked to Rifleman Jack Cooper.
Who authorized this?
We had no other options.
So Titanfall 2 is out this weekend. We've been playing it, having a lot of fun. But Ellen, are you ready to be interviewed on all things Titan related?
Yeah.
Yes is correct. The first question right, well done. Ellen, there are 6 new Titans to control in Titanfall 2. I'm going to list a few.
Okay.
There's Scorch, the Fire Titan, which comes with a thermite launcher and can pound the floor to do big exploding flame walls. Or then there's Ion, an electricity-based Titan that has a 10-foot chest laser thing that blows up everything in its path, so that's good. Or Ronin, a Titan with a massive melee sword that doesn't really need any more explanation than that. But Ellen, which of those 3 of the new 6 Titans would you most want to have as a pet, and why?
As a pet?
Yeah, he is a pet. Around the house. Do you want to hear them again? There's a fire one.
Fire, electricity, or a massive sword.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, could help in the kitchen if you trained it. But it would be like dog intelligence, you would have to train it.
Well, like the fire would save on heating. The electricity would save on electricity bills because I could just like ask him to I'd just get a generator and be like, could you zap that up, please? And then the knife, as you said, helpful in the kitchen.
Do you not think it would be cruel to make the electric one just generate electricity? It would be like making a dog be on a treadmill and do all your electricity.
No, they just have to go like once a day and then we can hang out and do cool stuff. It's like they have AI intelligence as well. So
Yeah.
it's not like a dog that could just take you for a walk. Probably the sword, because I feel, that it's quite an obvious thing if I go out for a walk with it, that no weird people are going to come and talk to me because my pet has a giant sword.
A scary dog with a sword is what you basically have there.
Yeah.
Well
like
done.
in Dark Souls, the one that Mike likes.
Well done, Ellen. That was a great answer. Titanfall 2 also introduces new pilot powers for when you're running around outside of a mech. But would you personally rather possess the powers of the Holo Pilot, which creates a holographic illusion of yourself to confuse enemies? So, it's like holographic it's a decoy basically, or a grappling hook?
Grappling hook.
Explain your thinking.
I'll never miss a bus again.
Yeah, but you'd be dragged along behind it.
Not on the new Route Masters, which are open-backed and don't run on my routes, but
You should winch yourself up, being dragged along the tarmac, all bloodied, clothes torn.
I just wear skates or a skateboard. I'd be like Marty McFly. It'd be fine.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that? It makes so much sense now. Do you not think that though, with the Holo Pilot option, you would be able to sort of be in 2 places at once? Wouldn't that be quite cool? A lecture or a meeting you didn't want to go to, you could make your hologram be there, and you could be in the park with your robot dog.
So if I had to spend time with you, I could just send a hologram over.
Is this a hologram I'm talking to now? No. That was the wrong answer, but it's fine. In Titanfall 2, aspiring Titan pilot Jack Cooper teams up with a Vanguard-class Titan called BT-7274, or BT for short. Ellen, which other British phone service provider do you think would make the deadliest mech? It's going to be quite confusing to any American. Sorry.
I suppose 3, it works well abroad with data.
Yeah, which is good in a mech.
You can get all that intelligence while you're if you're on a mission abroad, you can still gather intelligence without having to worry about
Charges.
roaming these.
A literal bolt-on. Okay, Ellen, you're clearly happy to sound off on mech matters, but let's find out how well you know your mech history. In the 1880 novel The Steam House, author Jules Verne describes a group of British colonists travelling in a steam-powered mechanical what? I'll give you a hint. This mech had plenty of room in the trunk.
Elephant.
Yes, it was an elephant. It was a big mech elephant.
But like in Lord of the Rings, but like more metallic.
What are they called in Lord of the Rings?
I don't know, I can't remember.
Oliphants. Called elephants. Yeah.
You knew that.
I knew
You
that,
knew
didn't I?
that.
They're called elephants. You got it. You had a hint, but you got it. I'm still going to give you 10 points. Doesn't matter. Points are arbitrary. Okay. Arguably the first example of what we'd call a modern mech with a human piloting from within a cockpit is anime and manga series Mazinger Z. May not be pronouncing that right. Which aired from 1972 to 74. But which country, not Japan, was the show especially popular in?
I'm gonna say, I know Germany has a huge anime fan base, so I'm gonna say Germany.
That is wrong, but it's a good guess. You showed your thinking, so A for effort.
Yeah.
The correct answer was Mexico.
Oh.
And Mexican director Guillermo del Toro cites it as a particular influence in his mech movie Pacific Rim.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, I think that pretty much cleared up any questions anyone would have about Titanfall 2.
I feel like I know the game entirely now. I don't feel like I have to play it now. It's all in there already.
Playing it would just be a waste. But if hypothetically there are things that you want to know about Titanfall 2 or that you want to ask Ellen about her various mech preferences or something, then just get in touch with the show, leave us a comment and we'll try and come back to it next week. And that goes for everything generally, doesn't it?
Yeah. Send us all your questions, all your cues, and we will give them A's. Now, we're consummate professionals, but even the best of us slip up sometimes.
Like the other day, Ellen, when you tried to tell us about your biggest fear in gaming.
In a world where most video games have reached a consensus as to the best buttons for each move, there are 3 words that strike fear into the heart of any player. Dance. They scared me so much I couldn't say them.
Invert controls, please. Day 1 DLC. Sonic will return.
Whatever, I'm not the only one to forget their lines.
Yeah, so the fire brigade are used to it by now. They just hosed down a bunch of Mike's possessions on the way out and went back to the station. Good take.
And how about those times where you tried to come off as intimidating, but just came up as hilarious?
Eviscerate. Eviscerate. You'll see. You'll all see.
And finally, we learned why you should never lend anything to Mike.
Some brotherhood this is. Sorry, Andy.
But he has my Fabergé eggs.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching our first episode of Show of the Weekend. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Give us a like, subscribe, check out our friends over at Outside Xbox. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this sofa because as a long-time subscriber, I've always wanted to sit on this. It's great. It smells a bit.